All indications are that despite assurances from the government and Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk himself, the Migration Pact will be implemented. I, in discussions with my partners, rule out this kind of scenario that Poland has to do something because the Migration Pact says so. The Prime Minister repeats these words like a mantra during the presidential campaign. However, it is not words but actions that count. Actions unequivocally indicate that Poland will not be excluded from the jurisdiction of the EU Pact because of the admission of 2 million Ukrainians fleeing the war. Facts are against those in power. Not long ago, a delegation from the EU Agency for Asylum came to Poland. At its head was the executive director, Nina Gregori. She met with the top management of the Office for Foreigners. The agency admitted that the purpose of the meeting was to discuss the implementation of the pact. Discussions included implementation of the pact, contingency planning, and training. We appreciate Poland for their continued commitment and cooperation, recognizing them as a valuable partner in strengthening the European Union's asylum system. Work is underway to accelerate the Migration Pact in our country, and integration centers for foreigners are being built. In fact, this is preparation for the reception of thousands of migrants as part of the Migration Pact. Also, the website of the Office for Foreigners has posted information about the meeting. The meeting began with a presentation on the responsibilities of the Office for Foreigners and a discussion of the migration management system in Poland. This was followed by a presentation on issues related to the granting of international protection and social assistance during the procedures. There is more evidence that the Migration Pact is in force. The foreign press is writing about it. French daily Le Monde has revealed that the European Commission, led by Ursula von der Leyen, has deliberately reduced political pressure on Donald Tusk. All this to avoid discouraging Polish people to vote for the deputy head of the Civic Platform, Rafał Trzaskowski. Von der Leyen knows how to do what's necessary behind the scenes, if necessary to help the pro-European camp, whose opponents at a time of rising nationalism have the wind in their sails. Rejection of the Asylum Migration Pact will only be possible until the elections, or at the latest until the end of the presidency. An informal meeting of European Union interior ministers was held in Warsaw in late January. A spokesperson for the German Interior Ministry admitted that the ministers were in agreement on the early introduction of the Migration Pact. Speeding up the procedure for implementing the Migration Pact right after Rafał Trzaskowski's possible win is very realistic. This is best demonstrated by the Romanian example. The electoral race for the presidency was lost by George Simion, who opposed the implementation of the Migration Pact. The winner was Nicușor Dan, who appeared at Rafał Trzaskowski's march on Sunday. Interestingly, a few days ago, the EU Asylum Agency published a graphic on Romania's implementation of the Migration Pact. Crime has increased in countries that opened their doors wide to illegal migrants years ago. On the 24th of May, there was a shootout between a group of armed illegal migrants and police on the Serbian-Croatian border, which is the border of the European Union.